It's Sunday morning, and every decent man and woman is listening to Test Miles with Nick Miles on FM News 101 KXL. Buckle in.
It's Sunday morning at 10:06. Good morning.
Yeah.
We're on FM News 101 KXL. I'm Nick Miles, and you're listening to Portland's automotive radio show, TestMiles. Locally created and nationally celebrated, our team of misfits, rapscallions, and ne'er-do-wells has been assembled to bring you the world's most up-to-date automotive news and reviews and comment. So let's introduce the team.
It's not a big team today.
I know, our father of the show, Brad Boyer, not here. First of all, he used the excuse he had to go to church.
Oh, no.
Then he used the excuse that
His hip went out.
His hip went out. Then he forgot to charge his wheelchair. And finally, he had to do some limo runs for Lucky Limousine to pick up Noah Wiley. Well, Noah Wiley.
Geez.
And a bunch of sexy hot stars from the 80s.
Yeah, you forgot his med alert button wouldn't shut off.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he had to deal with that, too. He had to call
My
ambulance.
wheelchair has
EMT.
no power and I can't drive.
Yeah, so he had to fix that.
You know, at this point, he's sitting in that limo thumping his head against the steering wheel. And why didn't I show up to the show?
Shut up, you guys.
I hate you all. Oli Kittleson, our used car salesman, not here. He texted me this morning. Apparently his wife locked him in a cage in the basement.
Well, that's where he should be.
And
Never should have been out in the first place.
He didn't sell enough cars this week. So
I like that nice little personal jab right there. Okay, yeah.
he's not here either.
Make the money.
Who is here on the show today? Our TV producer, Sean Walker. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
You managed to make it in.
I did. I even had a late night. We went to the Motley Crue concert last night and didn't even get out of the parking lot till midnight.
Yes.
Do you know my favorite part of the Motley Crue concert? It's
Oh,
standing. I love the band and everything, but standing behind guys who used to have the rat tail and had it pulled out, so they have a little bare patch of skin there.
Yeah, there was
Someone's
definitely
yanked
some of the
the rat tail out.
original fans there last night.
Yeah, I could only imagine the crowd.
It's we all get older.
It was a good show, though.
It happens. They're a good band. I've seen lots of posted pictures of Facebook about that too. My pal and professional passenger, also the show's producer, Andrew Awesome.
Hello, Nick.
We spent some of the week together, didn't we?
We spent a lot of time. I spent literally a whole day and night with you, and it was glorious.
Careful.
It was stupendous, and it was PG-13. So
You're also in charge of our TestMiles.com website now.
I am. I took on the task, and hopefully I won't let you down, buddy.
You're learning to write all over again.
Well, prior to this, my internet usage and skills could be limited to I could bold text, italic it out, strike through some stuff, maybe align it left or right on the whim. You know, you could format it. I could reformat it for you. So from where I was to being able to post online and do all the pictures and all the stuff, I think that it's a huge stride. Go me.
You're doing a good job. You have some stories on there. We'll talk about those
Thanks,
later
buddy.
in the show. All right, time for the news quiz, where we take a look at stories of things that have happened in the automotive world this week, and the opportunity for our team to tell us how knowledgeable they are and what they read online or in print this week. So let's see how well you guys did. The first question for the news quiz this morning. In the auto industry, a new car buyer, or new car buyers in plural, have spoken. What did they say?
Oh, me.
Okay.
We want easier to use tech in our cars.
All right.
So basically, JD Power Association, they do their appeal study, and it showed that brand new buyers are not thrilled with what is available to them. They need to be more intuitive and easy to use. However,
as far as tech is concerned.
yeah, I mean, every car that I've been in, I mean, sometimes it's a little complicated, but for the most part, it's C-spot run. I mean,
I think it depends how savvy you are technically speaking. I get into a new car every week or a couple of new cars every week, and I know how to use them because I've done it a few times before.
Right.
But there's been some cars that we've gotten into, and it's a pain to get through some of the technology they actually have.
There was some poor
Yeah,
technologies in
yeah.
Dodges a while back where you had to go into the seat cooling and heating area, I think, to adjust something to do with the driving.
well, you shouldn't have to be doing like web programming to get the seats on. You shouldn't have to /.com Shouldn't have to do
Quite
that.
often we're looking on the infotainment screen about how to get the seat cooling on in a car or something, and it's actually just a simple button.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we look at the long things. All right, how much did Canada make in the auto industry in May of this year?
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
I think they made $42 billion.
Whoa!
They did. A rise of 0.7% actually pushed Canada to a record-breaking sales month, moving 197,740 cars in May alone, despite the abundance of recalls. And sales improved, and maintenance have maintained those numbers throughout the year. So they've done a really good job.
That's all of Canada. That's huge. 42 billion in a month.
Yes.
I'm doing something wrong.
No kidding.
So we need to get into the car industry.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing wrong. All right. Which sports car manufacturer just brought a racetrack?
Dang.
Okay.
Porsche.
Right.
They just bought in an auction the K Alami motor track in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Right.
They just got 72 how do you say that?
Hectares.
Hectares.
It's like the next one up from acres.
Oh, like hectare, like
I think
the
it's
name?
I think it's 8 acres is a hectare, something like that.
well,
Heck is 8. I don't know.
They bought 72 hectares or 37 Jose's
Jose's.
of land, and it was bought by Porsche to preserve the track and prevent it from being demolished. They're going to build other things and kind of build up the outside of it. They're going to keep the track intact so they can race it, but they plan on building, the economy of Johannesburg and building around the track as opposed to starting over. So,
That's nice. There needs to be more tracks out there.
yeah, definitely.
Reserve or save all the old tracks and build more tracks.
Well, I'll put something on TestMiles about it. The pictures. It's a nice track.
Next question. Leaked photos of the 2015 Acura NSX were exciting and sad. Why?
Oh, because it accidentally caught on fire.
Were you supposed to go me?
Me, but it's because I just had to jump in. It's because it accidentally caught on fire. Sources still haven't leaked out about why it caught on fire, but it is a prototype. But the drivers did push it to its limits, and it does have 3 engines. It's a hybrid system, and other than that, no one's telling us.
Gotta watch that VTEC.
All it says is that the driver got to the side of the road, and
You know what? I'm really glad they didn't get to market before this happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was found in the testing.
Yeah,
we're
that's good.
recalling all the NSXs because they could burst into flames when you're on the Nürburgring in Germany.
Yeah, you're on I-84 and you might just burst into flames.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. All right, what car is coming out in the very near future with a 200-mile range?
Ding!
Go.
The Chevy Sonic EV.
Yes.
While everyone's waiting on the Tesla Model S in 2016, Chevy is going to attempt to sneak in this gem of an EV to the market. They're going to attempt to release it a whole year earlier than the Model S. No official date's been set for that, aside from the beat Tesla date of 2016.
Yeah, a lot of people, Tesla, the one good thing that Tesla's done in this marketplace is stimulated everybody else to meet the bar. So that's good. There's a lot of new cars coming out, a lot of better range. We want to see vehicles with a 200-mile range. That's going to be very impressive. All right, on TestMiles this morning, packed show. The guys from Certified Auto Repair in Salem will be here to tell us about their Family Service Day. I understand there are 9 spots available if you need your car servicing for free. And though the clock is ticking, if you still have the opportunity they'll give you the opportunity to have your car serviced. We'll find out all the details about that. It's a big charity event, and you'll want to be part of it. Also, Steve Wintermantle is here from Ron Tonkin Gran Turismo to talk to us about Tonkin Track Day. Tomorrow that happens, and you'll be able to either go and watch some of the most exotic cars in the area race around the track, and they have reserved 2 spots for TestMiles listeners. Ooh. If you want to enter your car, Steve will tell us how you can do that and race it at PIR.
Nice.
The exotic track day.
I listen to the show. Can I join?
you can register. You'll have to tell him how to do it.
Heck
You'll have to talk to him about entering your car, your vet, into the system. But you go up against with every other TestMiles listener. So that's what's coming up on the show this morning. We've got a lot more coming your way. Don't forget to visit us at testmiles.com. We'll be back in a few moments to tell you more about what's happening in Salem at Certified Automotive Repair. This is TestMiles, and I'm Nick Miles.
It's Test Miles on FM News 101.
Do you have actinic keratosis? If you have actinic keratosis,
Test Miles, like NASCAR, but with one right turn. TestMiles.com.
Sunday morning at 10:20 on FM News 101 KXL. This is Test Miles, Portland's automotive radio show. Portlomotive. I think that's a new word. I just invented a new word. It says Portland Cars, Portomotive.
Portomotive?
Yeah.
Trademark it.
All right, I'm doing it right now. Portlomotive radio show, testmiles.com. You can always see stuff there at our website. This week you can see a story about the Dodge 707 horsepower Challenger Hellcat, which we did a smoky burnout in. You can check that out at testmiles.com. All right, something's going on in Salem in a couple of weeks' time that you will want to take note of this, especially if somebody in your immediate family or you yourself needs their car servicing. And the guys, Ben and Brian from Certified Automotive Repair, in the studio with us this morning to tell us a little bit about Family Service Day. So it's not that hard to understand. It's fairly easy. You just basically get your car serviced for free, right?
That's correct, Nick.
And so tell me the premise behind it. First of all, what is Family Service Day?
Family Service Day started back east by a small shop, and its premise is basically guided by the belief that businesses have a responsibility to give back to their communities. And it's set up in a fashion that automotive shops can just do that very thing. And so we're geared up to do free oil changes and services to people that need a hand up. So
first of all, when does this happen? When does it take place?
August 9th, Saturday, August 9th, from 9 to 1. And we're going to have, actually, Home Depot they're going to be coming out and setting up workshops for kids too. So everybody's, that needs help, anybody that needs a helping hand is welcome to give our shop a call.
And so you're servicing how many cars on that Saturday?
We have 20 slots open. Actually, we have 9 of those filled currently. So
all right, so you have 11 open.
11 open at the moment.
And if somebody wants their car serviced for free, what do they need to do?
There's no pre-qualifications. We just ask that, if right now we've partnered up with the nonprofit Habitat for Humanity, so they've actually sent out postcards and whatnot to their sponsor families. And then we've also reached out to the Oregon National Guard, and they have, we have several military families that have called, and
they want their car serviced by you guys now. So if I want my car serviced, I need to put myself on a list. Is that right?
That's correct.
So I give you a call?
Yes, sir.
Where do we call you?
Certified Automotive Repair. We're at 2880 22nd Street Southeast. Our phone number is 503-399-2149.
All right, so I call, I take a space, and then I come in. What are you actually going to do to my vehicle?
Here, I'm going to let Ben talk about that a little bit.
So Ben, what are you going to do to my car?
Well, we're going to bring it in. We'll do a 50-point inspection. The goal with our service inspections that day will be that if we find something that we can address in that time frame, as far as maybe the vehicle's got cracked drive belts or needs some brake pads, we're going to go ahead and do those services for free as well, just to try and...
But it has to be done within that day's
Yes.
time.
Yeah, it'll have to be done on that day between that time frame of 9 to 1. So.
And then you get an oil change on top of that, right?
Yeah, all cars will have their oil change for free. And then if we find other work that we can get done that day, we're going to go ahead and do that.
So I actually have a very nice Ferrari California that needs an oil change. You guys up for that?
Like I said, Nick, we're looking for people that need a hand up.
Yeah, if you have a Ferrari, you don't need a handout.
Yeah, you do, because you paid all your money to get the car.
That's really awesome of you guys, though. As even though I don't have a car, it makes me just want to get one to get it serviced. But that's really great of you, and thank you, and as on behalf of the community.
It's a great opportunity. Our guys are all actually looking forward to it, and they're donating their time. And so to me personally, that's huge. I mean, my guys are willing to give of their weekend and donate their talents to do something like this.
So I should also probably mention that if you have a Ferrari California, you should probably take it to a certified Ferrari dealer to have them change your oil. It might be much wiser on that note. So who's paying for the oil? Who's paying for all this? Are you guys donating your time and you donating all the parts, or who else is helping?
Well, our parts stores have generously offered to donate some things, and so part of that's the oil, and but we've partnered up, like I said, with some other businesses, and they're gonna, we're hoping to get a little pool of money to help pay for some of those parts. But for the most part, we're just
donating your time, and the parts are being donated pretty much too. And if something can't be repaired that day, is there a plan for those people who, for instance, they come in and you say, listen, I'm afraid you need a new head gasket. I mean, you'll do everything you can to try and help them get it, but if it can't be done that day, you can't fulfill it, right?
That's correct.
Right, so it's a pretty good deal, too, if you just want to make sure your car's maintained for the rest of the summer and coming through to the winter as well. So out of those spaces, the 20 spaces you have, still having 11 spaces available, and they will fill up pretty quickly because you have 2 weeks to go, yeah? And you're doing this once a year?
Actually, we're looking to maybe do this maybe 3 times a year, 3 or 4 times a year. This is our first one, and we're the first shop on the West Coast to do this. So we're going to, so far we've had pretty good response from it.
This is awesome to get your car serviced. Now, you obviously have to be in Salem to get this done. Tell me whereabouts you are in Salem so people know how to find you.
Well, in Salem, our street address is 2880 22nd Street Southeast. But it's right near Mission Street and the Salem Airport. So, it's right off I-5 there.
What? Salem has an airport?
Yeah. That's what most people are thinking. They were floored by the fact Salem had an airport. It's fairly easy to find because once you get onto 22nd Street Southeast, you guys have a sign right on the street that points you to this shop, which is actually behind a little bit off of the street there. So there's signs out on the street. Obviously, I've been down there. I went down there a few weeks ago with one of our sales guys, Joel, and we went in to see you guys at the store. So all they have to do, again, remind us of the phone number before we get to break, what they have to do to get one of those spaces filled.
All they need to do is call us at myself, Brian, or Ben, 503-399-2149. Call and let us know your name, your model, year, make, and model of your vehicle, and we'll get you a slot.
Now, this is the first year you're doing this?
Yes.
And so if it's successful, there will be lots more times, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And services tend to be, so an oil change and belts and those sort of things, how much stuff can you do in a 50-point inspection? I mean, out of those things, what can be replaced? Belts, batteries, those sort of things?
Yep. Cooling system hoses.
Oxygen sensors?
Well, we're going to address things kind of as a safety priority, safety first. We want to make sure that the vehicles, are prepped or as best we can.
I'd appreciate it if you look for the oxygen sensor for me, the first car. That's right. That's Randy.
You're listening to TestMiles on FM News 101. Thank you to the guys from Certified Automotive Repair in Salem, and we will be back talking about Tonkin Track Day. I'm Nick Miles.
Throw it in neutral and coast in with TestMiles.com. Favorite us, tweet us, friend us, love us, all at TestMiles.com.
This is Test Miles, Portland's automotive radio show, and I am Nick Miles. Good morning to you. We, of course, have TestMiles.com, where you can always go and check out more material. This week there's a story on there about the autonomous military vehicle that is called Gus, and that vehicle, you can actually have a look at it driving through a battle zone. It will hopefully save more lives. So you only thought that Nissan and Google were developing the autonomous car. Actually, the military is developing autonomous cars as well. So you can check that out. Right, coming up tomorrow, which is the 28th of the month, is an annual event which Ron Tonkin Gran Turismo put on. We lovingly know it as Tonkin Track Day. And from Ron Tonkin Gran Turismo is one of the sales managers. Steve Wintermantle is here. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, you're always a welcome guest on this show, primarily because you supply us with not only visual but driving experiences of the world's finest Italian sports cars.
That's right. Well, I'll take what I can get. Thanks for having me back.
Tell me a little bit about Track Day. So it's an annual event that happens tomorrow. It's out at PIR.
It is, yeah. So we basically go out to the track for the entire day, hence the name Track Day. And ProDrive helps us put on an event out there where we can take everybody from amateurs to advanced drivers. We put an instructor in the car with everybody except for that very advanced group. And it gives you a chance to really kind of get to know the limits of your vehicle. You know, we sell a lot of cars here in the Portland area. Weather is not always on our side. So it's not every day that somebody can go out and really get the maximum speed, let's say, out of their Ferrari, Maserati, or Lotus vehicle. So this is really a great opportunity to have some instruction, not have any cross traffic, not have any hazards, and to just really get out there and have some fun.
It's horrible when there's cross traffic at PIR.
Well, you know, yeah, it really is when it's at PIR. But, you know, the number of times we've had clients out who, you know, they like to drive fast on particular roads around the city or things like that. They get out on the track and they realize everything that can go wrong in a driving situation because now they're being sort of instructed and taught about what the physics are with their car and things that are going on. And almost to a person, they start driving more conservative on the street and start reserving more track time. So they find that there's a place and a time for everything. And Ron Tonkin Gran Turismo Track Day is definitely that fun time to get out and lean on the throttle.
I like this idea because I have a very hard time finding roads where I can get 0 to 100 miles an hour safely.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when I had the Audi R8.
Well, you know, 2-mile road course out at PIR, and that front straight looks pretty long when you start leaning on it. So
that's absolutely awesome. So what sort of cars are we going to expect to see there tomorrow?
You know, there's going to be everything. It's a client day. It really is all about us, you know, helping to get out and enjoy the day with our clients. So we're going to have everything from Ferrari 458 Speciale, which is one of the hottest, newest cars that you can see anywhere. We're going to have multiples of 430, 360, Ferrari California. We're also a Maserati and Lotus dealer, so you'll see Gran Turismo vehicles out there. You'll see Lotus Evoras and Elises. One of our clients is bringing out his 211, which is a track-only Lotus product. So it's sort of just a mass of all the coolest stuff you don't normally see on the street.
Will anybody have my favorite Ferrari out there, the FF?
The FF, you know what? There will be FFs out there. I don't know that anybody will be tracking it tomorrow.
Wow.
That to me is my favorite Ferrari.
Yeah, that is an absolute amazing car. With the road course and 12 turns, you know, it's a big car, and on a 90-degree day, it'll probably go through some tires if somebody drives it. But
yeah, how much is a set of tires in that?
You know, on that car, it's probably $3,500 to do 4 tires.
Wow.
You know, it's not inexpensive, but boy, that car is absolutely incredible.
Wait, I have a plan. So you could forego the oil change on that car and take it to Certified Auto Repair and have them do it for free, and then just spend the $3,500 on buying new tires. Right?
Good strategy. You know, it's a soundproof studio, but I was banging on the window when you guys were talking about Ferrari Californias, because what a lot of people may not know is that anything 2012 and newer in the Ferrari lineup has 7 years of scheduled maintenance included.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, I know. So the perception of I bought a Ferrari and now I can't afford or don't like to afford to service it is really out the window. You know, 2012 and newer cars.
That's kind of a relief because Brian and Ben were worried about all the Ferraris showing up at Certified Auto Repair. Now they don't have to.
I know,
they
right?
Have 7 years of free maintenance.
Pre-2012 at least, you know, so they can focus.
When Ferrari do the deal at 7 years of scheduled maintenance plus tires, now you got a deal.
That's right. Let's be really clear for all your listeners. The tires are not part of scheduled maintenance. Just want to put that out there.
I've been at Track Day. It's not for the faint of heart.
Well, you know, I appreciate you saying that because there certainly is an element of speed, and there's always an opportunity that something could go wrong. But
it has. It's not badly, but there's a few fenders had to be replaced.
There are some things that can happen, but it's not a competitive day. It's a day where there's a lot of spacing between the cars. Certainly, there's always an event that could happen, or a guy can spin out. You know, hopefully not find a wall. But you know, if there is something that happens, then obviously we deal with that. But I'm 12 years with the company, and I think I can count on 2 fingers the number of times we've had, anything more than just maybe a spin out and a restart kind of thing happen.
Well, you
So-
guys even have technicians out there in case something does, or even to look at cars, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's really not a free for all, and pardon me for not getting more specific, but in the morning, all of these people have pre-registered to come out for track day. We know what cars are coming. Our technicians are there. The trailer is loaded. We've got all the proper tools on site. So we're going to do a tech inspection for fluids and for tires and for lug nuts, and you know, you can't have a Costco shopping trip worth of groceries in the back of the car. You know, you have to be ready to go fast around the track. It's a helmeted day. There's an instructor for everybody except that maximum advanced group.
And you know who they are way before
and we know
get
who they
there.
are ahead
Yeah.
of time. So yeah, it's not a free-for-all. It's not an arrive and drive kind of day. And it gives everybody that peace of mind that the bar is set such that you know, there's a level playing field and everybody's safe and got the right idea. There's also an hour-long drivers meeting in the morning where we remind everybody that the outcome of the day is not one of the F1 seats for Ferrari.
Right.
So yeah, they're not looking for the next Formula One driver. They're just looking for clients to have fun.
Now, there is a tragic part of tomorrow, which is unfortunately I have to work for a living, so I can't go to this year's track day because I have to go to Dallas, and I'm doing some stuff in Dallas, or flying to Dallas Airport and doing some stuff in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
So that's very sad. However, other members of the Test Miles team will be there. Sean will be out there directing a lot of the filming. We're going to have Eric, another one of our camera guys, out there to make sure we get lots of footage of this. Brad Boyer, the father of the show, he will be out there as well. So they'll be getting some footage of it, but hopefully they'll be placing GoPros inside the cars so I can actually relive track day where I didn't make it. Now, for other members of the public who are available to go, you can go, right? Just show up and go.
Yeah, it's the show up and go part from a spectator standpoint. You know, the facility is open in the entire day, so you just drive into Portland International Raceway. It'll be real obvious where we are, kind of on the outside of the track, over by the timing tower. And you know, from that point, bring a memory stick and a camera, and you know, bring your sunblock. It's going to be 90 degrees, but you can, you know, you've got the run of the place from a grandstand and a viewing opportunity perspective. So we get a lot of clients that come out, take pictures,
Free parking,
look at cars, free parking,
free entry.
yeah.
And you can come and watch these cars race all day and walk through the paddocks and take a look at them and talk to some of the drivers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, up close photos, talk to the people that own them, talk to us as the staff, you know, get a chance to really, you know, be right up next to some of these amazing cars. And yeah, if you have the time on a Monday, there is literally zero expense to come out and check everything out.
And also, you can have lunch. You can register and buy lunch out there too, right?
Correct, yeah. So the spectating, the photographs, anything like that you want to do is totally free. We do also put on a pretty good lunch, which is one of my favorite parts of the day. Right, right at noon. We bring in a 40-foot by 60-foot tent. We bring in tables, linens, tablecloths. It's a plated, real silverware, kind of an Italian feast that goes on at lunchtime. And we've got it set up on the website so that you can go on and register. It's $19, but it really is a phenomenal meal. And it's right amongst all those beautiful cars.
Now, I know that both Eric has a classic Mini and Sean has his Callaway Corvette. They both want to drive the track. I told him that you actually have 2 spots people can register.
Yeah.
Still, that especially for Test Miles listeners. But let's hold you on that. We're going to find out about that after we've taken a break. Because if you want to drive on track day, you still have time to register. There are 2 spots that are possibly available, but you're going to have to be pretty quick to get your car on the track. And we'll find out about those from Steve in a moment or so when we come back. This is Test Miles on FM News 101 KXL. I'm Nick Miles.
It's Test Miles on FM News 101. Test Miles, like NASCAR, but with one right turn. TestMiles.com.
This is Test Miles, Portland's automotive radio show, and for the latest information, anyone who has ever owned or ridden in a car can go to testmiles.com And there you can find out all the latest articles that we have posted, the videos, the Fox Morning News stuff that we do, and any of the radio shows that you happen to have missed in the past. You can check those out. Our guest in the studio, Steve Wintermantle, is from Ron Tonkin Gran Turismo, and you guys are relocating to a new office in Wilsonville. We are just literally the day after track day. We're starting the whole process, and we're moving from our home on 122nd, where we've been since 1981, down to a brand new state-of-the-art facility that is just directly opposite the Costco on Elligson, Southwest Elligson there, the North Wilsonville exit, if you will. I've seen lots of pictures that you've posted on your Facebook page. I haven't actually been down there since you guys have renovated it, but I feel almost like it's the new family home. And you know how I feel about the Tonkin family. Ed, Brad, Nancy, Adam, you, and Art are all kind of my friends, and we love to talk cars and hang out together. So I'm excited about your move down there. One of the big questions is, and we shall leave this question unanswered, since the Alfa Romeo 4C is coming back, everybody's asking me, will the 4C be sold at that facility? And we have no answer yet. That's right. Yeah, I'd love to have an answer, but I'm sitting over here without one and anxiously awaiting that news myself. So stay tuned on that, because we certainly hope that that is the case, but there is not confirmation just yet. However, you can go and find out and look at and schedule buying any of the top Maseratis and Ferraris from around the world that are available for sale right there at that new facility, right? That's right. Yeah, it's 25300 Southwest Parkway Avenue. We're going to be in there and functioning by the end of the week, with a couple of days of moving between now and then. And yeah, we're going to be full service for everything from ordering a new Ferrari to ordering a new Maserati or Lotus, taking delivery of your vehicle right there off the brand new showroom floor. All right, so track day coming up tomorrow at PIR. If we have a listener that wants to enter their car, like Eric or Sean, how I know you have 2 spaces that you said would exclusively for TestMiles owners. If they want to apply, or TestMiles listeners, if they want to apply for one of those spaces, what do they have to do? What's the procedure? Easy process. We've got it all posted up on our website. So if you go to rtgt.com, Ron Tonkin Gran Turismo shortened into 4 letters, rtgt.com, right there, one of the landing page images will be a yellow 458 Italia, and it'll say track day registration. Click on that, and it'll walk you right into the online registration page. You can put in name, address, all your contact info, type of vehicle. The cost for going out for the entire day, which includes lunch, instruction, and everything that you would need there at the track, is $499. And it is like we talked about, reserved a couple spots specifically for TestMiles listeners, because we were coming on today to talk with you. Sean's hoping that those spaces don't go, because he's hoping that you're giving
Sean's already filling them out.
That's right. He's
Sean's on the website right now.
Are you really going to pay the $499? I would be hoping that people don't register to go, and then you can end up not having to, oh, Steve, you didn't get rid of those spaces.
What? I can't use the TestMiles credit card for this?
That's a business expense.
I know.
Wait, there's a TestMiles credit card?
Well, there better be for this.
Oh, I'll have to talk to the guys at the radio station to find out what happened. I clearly didn't get my credit card. All right, track day tomorrow at PIR. So we can come out there, just partake in the day. We can register for lunch, and there is 2 spots available if we go to the website. Give us the address again. That's right, rtgt.com. And you click right on the track day registration image, and it'll walk you through the whole process. All right, let's do some due diligence here. We've got to talk a little bit about what we've been driving this week. The vehicles that we have, Andrew?
Well, Brad's not here, so he didn't get a car. I'm going to take it away. Nick, you got double Ram, the 1500 and the 2500, with Sean getting the brand new Kia Soul. I'm going to just briefly talk about these vehicles. The Ram vehicle is kind of cool. So I had both sides of Ram trucks, both the diesel versions. First of all, I'm only 5'4", so my head comes to the bottom of the door of this truck. That's how big it is. Climbing, thank goodness they have air suspension. You can lower them.
because normally I have to have a step ladder like in the bed, and then I have to climb into the car that way. But the actual 1500 doesn't have a step. But let's talk about the 2500 first of all. This is really my top pick for a heavy-duty truck, thanks to the top-notch interior, comfortable ride quality, and impressive towing and hauling capacity of this. Almost 18,000 pounds, by the way, 17,850. I actually have the Eco Diesel. I'm getting about 17 miles a gallon out of this. Really great torque. It's fairly easy to maneuver, but it's a big truck, which means it's really hard to park. And one of the things I will tell you is one of the bad things I have found about this that I don't like is, whereas GM in their Yukon and the big things like the Escalade, they have placed 15 different USB ports. This vehicle only has 2 cigarette lighters and a 115 regular plug. So I'd love to see a lot more USB ports in it. We actually have the Longhorn version of this, and really a great towing, power hauling truck. I would say it's one of the best vehicles if you're looking for a big truck in America. And don't forget that America is a truck nation. In fact, the best-selling vehicle in American history right now is the F-150, which is Ford's version of the Ram 1500. Now, the other thing I would tell you about the Ram 1500, which we have, which is a long-term test drive, amazing for it has that web application in there. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. Sean, you've been driving the Kia Soul?
Yeah, I've been driving the Kia Soul, and I love this vehicle. It's fun and easy to drive in the city. I love the looks. Its biggest competitors are the XB and the Nissan Cube, which Nissan just announced that the Soul's kicked its butt so bad that they had to discontinue it. But it's a great vehicle. It has 2 different engines, a 1.6 and a 2-liter, 130 horsepower, 164. I had the 2-liter. It has a lot of technology. I love the car. There's tons of space in it. The coolest thing I like, and I know this is going to be like bright lights, but the speakers light up and dance with the music. So at night, it just gives a little different application. There's also the UVO system where you can hook it up to your phone, get maintenance, and find where your car is in a parking lot.
Price of the vehicle?
Its base price is $15,000. The one I was test driving was $27,000.
All right, if you want to get your car serviced at Car Salem, their phone number 503-399-2149. In a couple of weeks, they'll be doing service day for people who want to service those cars. You have been listening to Test Miles. Thank you to Steve Wintermantle for being here. Track Day, Tonkin Track Day tomorrow. Go to their website. We have 2 spaces available if you'd like to drive on the track. And Steve will be out there tomorrow. You can go down as a pedestrian and just watch and walk around the cars, take photographs. Love you guys. Love the guys at Car Salem. We'll be back next week. The website is up all week. You can check out all of the stories and hear this radio show at testmiles.com. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. This is Test Miles, and I'm Nick Miles.
Throw it in neutral and coast in with TestMiles.com.